What's going on, guys? I'm SceptileMC here, George, and today I'll be bringing you another Pokemon Showdown Live. I did just upload a video where I said that I would be taking a little break from Showdown Lives. However, I got done with my final today, and I figured before I went to study for my next final, which is on Saturday, so I do have an extra day. I would put out a little video, just a little break, relaxing, and stuff like that. Now, I do have the face cam open here. I don't know if it'll be staying for the entire video. Also, I'm standing, not sitting at my desk because my desk is covered in crap and I don't feel like cleaning it, so I put my computer on my bed. And I'm standing right now. So I don't know if the face cam is going to stay the whole time. It's a little weird for me to see myself, in my opinion. Never done the face cam either, so not really too used to it, really. So, yeah, but you, again. Yes, I'm sorry, I know, but this is a suspect team. Suspect testing now. My favorite Pokemon, and a lot of you don't really know that it's my favorite Pokemon and assume that Sceptile is my favorite Pokemon. When in fact, Crawdaunt is my favorite Pokemon. Put up to the front. Now this is a team made by LittleRunnerXC. He is a friend of mine. He made the Bees and Magnets team. He's a name in the Smogon forums, kind of. I don't know. He does his thing, and he's a really good team builder, actually. So I do have one of his teams he made, and I just asked him if he could send it to me. And it's a really cool team, actually. It's kind of focused around adaptability, bulky offense, which I love bulky offense personally, and just adaptability offense. Sorry, it's a burp. You guys can see it's a burp, so I don't know why I'm saying face cam. Porygon Z with adaptability, as well as a Crawdaunt with adaptability. Those two make a hell of an offense. And now it's a Store's Dance Life Orb set, pretty standard set with max attack, max speed, adamant. Choice Specs PZ with the Tri Attack, the Shadow Ball, the T-Bolt, and the Trick. Max special attack, max speed. Have a Whimsicott here. Whimsicott does wall quote-unquote Crawdaunt because it's a savage and it doesn't die against, it kills everything, as well as the fact that it's a dragon immunity. It can paralyze things, which with bulky offense, if you paralyze things, it's really great. So you can outspeed them. If you can outspeed the threats that Crawdaunt can outspeed normally, you can easily KO them. Next Pokemon is the Mega Ampharos. Ain't no Fabio. That's one of his nicknames. The only nickname I did here is the Water Hazard Crawdaunt, because Water Hazard is the nickname of the Crawdaunt on our GBA team on the Arcaniners. So he has a bulky offense Ampharos, which look at that special attack stat right there. Jeez, it's an animal. Now we also have the Heal Bell to prevent if like we get paralyzed on like the PZ or the Crawdaunt or like burned or something like that. We can always go for a Heal Bell. We get in the initiative with the Volt Switch, as well as a Dragon Pulse just for coverage, and the Focus Blast for coverage as well. Pretty good set, pretty powerful set. Now I got the Metagross here. I don't like that nickname. Metagross. It's a Life Orb set, but we did have to have the Stealth Rocks. I prefer AV personally, but he has the Life Orb set on this team, and I trust his judgment. And we need Stealth Rocks anyway, so with the lack of Zen Headbutt, we do lose that coverage against the things like Chestnut. Thinking, can't remember anything else. It's just Stab. It's super effective against things. It's a very strong move, but this is Life Orb. This is Adamant max attack. We have the priority, the Meteor Mash, the Earthquake. So it's a threatening Mon and a half. The final Mon is Entei, Mufasa, the Choice Banded Entei. We have the Sacred Fire, the Extreme Speed, the Stone Edge, and the Flare Blitz. I always question this. I always question this last move. On my Enteis personally, I always run the Bulldoze. Reason being is the Bulldoze allows me to hit things like the Tentacruel on the switch for super effective damage and 2-hit KO. Lets me predict around Lucario's and Chandelure teams, so I don't have to go for like a Sacred Fire or like the Flare Blitz. I can go for a Bulldoze instead. So actually, I am gonna switch that out for the Bulldoze. It's my personal preference. I can make predictions with it better, and stuff like that. Also, I don't feel the extra power is really too necessary. Anyway, let's get right on into the first battle. Crawdaunt in this tier is an animal, literally a fucking animal. It just kills everything. However, there has been talk a bit, especially in the chat and whatnot, that people think it's going to stay, and people think that it's actually going to be good in the tier, but it's going to be checkable. Reason being is that it does have counters. It's not just a Pokemon that runs rampant. Bulkier mons can take the hits, but if you have an unprepared team, you're going to lose to a Crawdaunt. But you can also say the same for a thing like, shit. Now I'm blanking. If you don't prepare for like an Entei, it's gonna wreck your team. Simple as that. It's kind of the similar niche as that, in my opinion. Now, looking at this man's team, his best lead is probably gonna be the Crocodile or the Crobat. If he wants to get up the rocks, I'm gonna say the Crocodile. And if he wants to do Crobat, what we're gonna, he might have the Heal Bell or Aromatherapy on the floor. So I was gonna say we could go into the Whimsicott, and I can Stun Spore anything on his team, very specifically the Crobat. However, he might Brave Bird, he might have the Heal Bell or the Aromatherapy, so maybe not the best play. Don't want to do that. This is a tricky one. This is actually a very tricky one. You know what? When in doubt, lead with Water Hazard. Lead with my favorite fucking Pokemon. Oh, that was the strangest lead I've ever seen. Well, not I've ever seen, but like you guys know what I mean. I'm gonna go into Whimsicott right here. It's a very good counter if he doesn't have HP Ice, HP Fire. Leaf Storm does a lot, which means I'm thinking he might be Modest actually. That did a very big amount. However, here the Moonblast is quite obvious. U-turn out, it's still super effective. It'll still do a lot of damage. Check my phone real quick, see how much time I got. No, it's John. John, aka Pokepoop. Wow, if I predicted the switch and had gone for the Stun Spore, that would have been pretty awesome. However, that's not the case. And do one of two things. I can go into Metagross here, I can get on my rocks. However, that will force out his Crocodile. Actually, that might force out. Let's go into it. Let's go into it. His best play here. Oh, it's Black Sludge. That's good to know. His best play here is either Arcanine, if it's bulky, or the Crocodile, which can't actually intimidate me. And now we're in a little bit of a tricky spot. Might knock off. Might go for Earthquake. Might go for his Rocks or Pursuit. I'm gonna go with Whimsicott. Resistible. Yeah, I should have gone for Meteor Mash. Fuck. Here though, it's pretty obvious he's not gonna want to stay in against me. I'm gonna Stun Spore on the switch, predicting word. There we go. Crobat comes out to take the Giga Drain, which is not the case at all. Now, I'm assuming a Defog is coming. I'm gonna U-turn out right here. I get the U-turn off now. He might go for Brave Bird, or he might go for... No, my best play is Ampharos, because Ampharos can take a Brave Bird. If he wants to Defog, it'll Defog. I get off the Mega Evolution, then I become miles bulkier. Alright, here, we're going to Mega Evolve. And we can do one of two things. If the Crocodile comes out on the Volt Switch, it's a very good plan. His part's really risky, though, early on. So if he makes the risky play, and it pays off, he'll have great momentum against my Whimsicott, which is physically defensive, so I'm not too concerned about that. I think we're going to Volt Switch. We have a safe switch into Crook. I think he'll go into Florges. He does go into Florges, so there we go. My other play was Dragon Pulse, but again, the Florges would have kind of walled it then. Now here, he lacks a good switch into my Crawdaunt. And you guys are saying, what are you talking about? He has the Suicune. Suicune! Crawdaunt's a savage. We'll just leave it at that. I'm just going to go for a Crab Hammer. I am Life Orbed. I am Adamant. It's going to kill this thing. Now, if he goes into the Suicune, he'll be doing roughly 25-30%, I'd say. Maybe a little bit more. Plus the Rocks might put him into knockoff range. Now, if you put him into knockoff range, he doesn't have a switch into knockoff, except for the Crocodile, which, if he's playing with that, I'm knocking off your item. It's still doing a lot to you, and I can just Aqua Jet you in the next turn. So, it's going to be interesting what he wants to do here. Crawdaunt puts a lot of pressure on these teams. Now, he does go into Suicune. Could have predicted it. It was a pretty obvious switch, but look at that. It's just defensive Suicune. How do you compete with that for a defensive Suicune? Now, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Don't worry, I'm thinking. I think an Ampharos is my... Actually, no. Because I do have the Heal Bell on my Ampharos, so if he goes for Scald, then, and he burns me, that's actually okay with me, to be honest. While a knockoff will be doing roughly maybe 55% right now, that will put him in a very good amount of range. If he wants to go for a rest right here, just goes for Scald. Does he get the burn? He does get the burn. Unlucky. Very unlucky for us, but nothing we can do. We played with the fire right there, and we got burned in that case. However, I can go into Ampharos, I can Heal Bell. I'm assuming at that range of health, he's not going to want to even take a Dragon Pulse. So I could play offensive, or I could heal up my Crawdaunt. And you see, there are ways of dealing with Crawdaunt in the tier. You just might have to get a little lucky sometimes. You just might have to get a little bit lucky. Now, does he go for Scald or Rest? He does go for Rest, which is pretty good for us. Now, Dragon Pulse is our best play right now. However, I do want to Heal Bell. He does go into Crocodile this time. Dragon Pulse, maybe I should have gone for it, but getting the burn off of it is just, Pursuit traps me. Interesting. Now, what is your play here? We do outspeed you. No, we do not outspeed you. You outspeed us. Now, that was Pursuit. That's a lot for a Pursuit. I'm just going to U-turn out here. I know he outspeeds us. Because I don't have any speed on this thing, and I appreciate the slow U-turn. Now, I got a PM from someone that said sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry, too. Switches out into the Crobat right here. Now, what do we want to do about this? Okay. Okay. I'm thinking. So, Crawdaunt's on its final legs here. He does have a switch into Aqua Jet in the form of the Mega Sceptile. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to play a little risky with this. Now, he knows I'm Life Orb. He knows I have 2 hits left. He also knows I can't do much to the Suicune. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up a Swords Dance, predicting the switch into the Suicune, so that I can then go for knockoff. And hopefully he doesn't get the Scald. If he gets the Scald, unfortunately, I am going to go down. But I feel with this aggressive type play, that's an interesting one. That's interesting. What are you going to do now? Oh, God, I was not expecting that at all, to be honest. Ooh. So my move's right here. I can Aqua Jet. Take it out for sure. Guaranteed take it out. Or I can knock off, predicting the switch into the Suicune. I'm really stuck right here. We made a ballsy play against the Crobat. Now, do we want to make the ballsy play again? Oh, shit. Motherfucker. Fuck! Damn it! Shouldn't have made the ballsy play twice. Ah, that's unfortunate. He does just go for Earthquake, he does just take us out. Now we're really behind, actually. I don't know if I'm going to win this game anymore. He's at 63%. I know I outspeed this thing. Oh no, he outspeeds me. So if we U-turn out, we can go into Metagross or the Entei. But we're over-predicting a lot. That's a problem right now. Let's go for Moonblast. There we go. Oh, let's get back into it. Let's get back fucking into it. Come on. Let's go, let's go. I'm gonna Moonblast. Do you want to Moonblast again? No. Well, don't give him the initiative on the switch. Exactly. The reason I didn't go for a U-turn right there is if he stayed in, the Crocodile was already close to being down. So his best play was to sack it off. If I had U-turned out right there, not only would I then take another layer of rocks, fucking E-speed. I misplayed this game just a little bit. I know an E-speed's coming. I don't have a switch anymore. Leftovers knocked off anyway. Yep. No item. Unless I just can't see because of this Camtasia shit. No, because we have to switch in first. Did we see Intimidate? We did see Intimidate. Let's go. Let's go PZ. Item. No item still. That's really concerning to me. I want to see an item. I don't want him to outspeed me. He can outspeed me. But Arcanine's predominantly are physically defensive or bulkier. Enough speed to outspeed like Lucario's maybe. Not to outspeed a Porygon Z. There's not much you have to outspeed with that unless you want to speed tie Roserade. Which the majority of Roserades aren't even max speed. So, hoping I can outspeed this thing. If he switches out right here, then either he's banded. It could be Assault Vest. Yeah, I'm thinking Bandit or Assault Vest, to be honest. Maybe the Shuka Berry to be weird. Maybe Pasho Berry to take on Crawdaunt with Wild Charge. I don't know. It's a weird, it's a weird situation I'm in right now. But my only play, because I did overpredict with the Crawdaunt, is very unfortunate. You can't overpredict, guys. You have to, sometimes you have to just make the safe plays, and the safe plays are sometimes the best plays. Even though you think, wow, if I predict this, I'll get so far ahead. You have to also think, what if he doesn't make the play you're thinking and takes you out? What happens then? I still had one more hit on my Crawdaunt after the Aqua Jet. I should have gone for Aqua Jet to play safe. Should have gone for knockoff on the next turn on the Suicune, but hashtag hindsight 2020. I don't know why I did that. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. He's Choice Scarfed. I'm facing a Choice Scarfed Arcanine. I think. This is the only reason he would go out into this, and I have to sack off my Ampharos here. Close combat or Flare Blitz? Close combat or Flare Blitz? Close combat. So you are Choice Scarfed. What this allows me to do now is go out into my Metagross, which I'm banking on the fact that he's Choice Scarfed because of just how he played it. It's very Choice Scarf-like. Now we're down right here. We are below. We are not looking too hot against this matchup. We do have one thing going for us, though, and that's the play I'm about to make right now. Boom! Woo! We're not done yet, boys. We are not done yet. The double switch there was necessary. He had to switch out or else he would lose his Choice Scarf Arcanine. He goes into Florges. I'm sorry. This is Specs Adaptability. That's taking out your Florges. So he's keeping the Suicune alive, which means I have to keep my PC alive. Now the question is, do I want to keep Metagross or Entei around? Interesting again! What are you doing? You're freaking me out here. I can't take a Leaf Storm. See, he's putting a lot of offensive pressure on me because he got the momentum right there. I'm surprised he didn't go out into Arcanine, though. I guess he wanted to save the Stealth Rocks. Metagross. I don't have another switch other than Metagross. Focus Blast, 44%. No way he's going for it again. No way he's going for it again. It's a Meteor Mash here. Try to get the boost. Oh, he went for it again and missed! That's why you don't go for it again! You never try to hit 2 Focus Blasts in a row unless you're absolutely desperate. You had a safe switch in the form of the Suicune, and if you were predicting me to go into PZ there, you should have Leaf Storm then, or Dragon Pulse or something. Not go for Focus Blast again. Oh, now we don't even need this thing anymore. But I can still take a Scald with PZ, and I still outspeed, so I think we actually pulled the game back with the double switch and the miss. The miss was unfortunate. Oh, he doesn't even... This is a weird battle. He doesn't have the rest stock. He just has... Which means he does have the... He does forfeit here. Put us ahead. There we go. That was one battle, too. Find one more. Find one more. Might as well. Might as well. I don't want to study. I'm not in the mood to study right now, so I guess I'll... do some battles. Toxicroak is everywhere. That's what I have to say on insight on this battle, is Toxicroak is fucking everywhere. It's a cool little rain team, not rain team, but like, you guys know what I mean. It's the Mega, no, not Mega Swampert. Regular Swampert. Mega Beedrill. Mega Swampert fits your team better, though, if I may say so myself. My best lead is Whimsicott and Beedrill. Perfect. Now, what I am going to do here is I'm going to Stun Spore him. If you want to stay in and Poison Jab and take me out, I'm not too concerned about that. I would rather paralyze the Beedrill here, which is exactly what's going to happen. The Beedrill will get paralyzed. He's going to U-turn. Actually take the U-turn very nicely. So I don't know what he predicted. I guess he might have thought I would go into Metagross. U-turn out was the safest play, but now he's paralyzed, and this is great. So he does this, which I'm going to U-turn out. Do I want to reveal the U-turn? I guess I just did reveal the U-turn. And I'm going to go Metagross. We'll force out the Swampert. If the Swampert comes out, go back into this thing on the rocks. I guess. Go in a Water Hazard, but I don't think a Adamant one will take it out from the range of health it's at. You know what? Let's try to play. I think he's going to try to heal Bell up here. So what we're going to do is get initiative with our Swampert. So he does Aromatherapy. Now, plan right here is the plan I always have when I have my anti out, and I see something like a Swampert to check it, or a Salamence. If those are your only two counters to this thing, I'm going for Sacred Fire. And I'm going to fucking burn you. No, we're not. God damn it. Now, do we want to make a play? Do we want to make a play now? This thing is such a huge threat to his team. Do we want to make a play and risk it? Yeah, it's me. Burn it. Word. And he does go for rocks like I thought, so there we go. A lot of times people try to get cheeky with the rocks. I agree with that. I agree with making the rocks play there. 9 out of 10 people are not going to stay in, but I'm a player that will go for rocks in that situation. I know a lot of people who would go for rocks in that situation. So, me going for the Sacred Fire and getting more damage off on a Pokemon that really doesn't have any reliable recovery is a good play in my opinion. Now here, my best play is Whimsicott. I'm physically defensive. I can take any hit. Goes for Scald. I can take a Scald unless he burns me. But now here, I'm gonna U-turn out. He's not gonna want to take a Giga Drain. Goes into Beedrill. Wow, I should have fucking gone for the whatchamacallit, other move. But here, do just want to go into my Metagross. And Bullet Punch is pretty nice here. However, the Stealth Rocks look very appealing to me. Don't go for knockoff. Have Drill Run, not knockoff. And you turn out or protect, predicting wanting to scout my move. I don't know. Maybe he thinks I'm Bandit or something. Fucking Bandit. He does U-turn out, which is great. Get my rocks up. He's probably going to go into Doublade. Yes, he does. Which is good. Which is very good for us. This thing can still come in. Actually, no. We're gonna get damage off on this thing. I don't really need my Metagross for too much on his team. Plus, that does a lot of damage while Life Orbed. And he predicts my switch. Now it's gonna come the Shadow Sting, so I'm gonna go into PZ predicting that. Knowing that it's probably gonna come. It does come. And he's in a tough spot right now, I'm not gonna lie. He knows that I probably have the Dark Pulse if I made this play. So what I'm thinking of doing right here is the Florges is definitely probably going to come out here. I can't go for any move that he... I could Shadow Ball and play safe. That is always a play. It's very good to play safe. However, when the Florges comes out, he does have up rocks. That puts a lot of pressure on my team. While Tri-Attack will be a 2-hit KO. What does he need this thing for? The priority? It's a switch into Whimsicott. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to switch into Florges. Boom! Fuck yeah! And that's going to be a nice 2-hit KO. What this allows is for him to go into Doublade right now. Back into Doublade, which is what he's going to do, knowing I'm Specs. However, what that did is it put the Florges in a range where nothing on his team wants to try to take it on. For example, Metagross. You can come out now. You can die. You did good. You did very good in this battle. Let's go into Crawdaunt. Let's just go into Crawdaunt. And let's see what happens when we fire off an Adaptibility knockoff against this thing. It dies. Clean dies. Now he's going to go into Toxicroak because that is his offensive check to me. Goes into Salamence. Intimidate. I'm going to drop a Draco on my ass. I assume you are. He's going to go for a Dragon type move or else he's not taking me out with Earthquake. I know that. Just goes for Defog. Good play on his part. It's a very good play on his part. Now... Are you going to get cheeky with me? Because I'm in a interesting spot right now. So here's what I'm thinking is if I go for Moonblast, he goes into the Florges. Unfortunately, without special attack investment, I won't be able to KO the Florges there. At least I think. He can go for a Wish as I switch out into Entei, and he has a choice there. He can either protect up with the Florges or switch out into the Swampert to get the Swampert back up, which will leave me in a tricky spot. Actually, no, that is my best play. We're going to Moonblast right here. We're going to Mega Beedrill, so we do get damage off on the Mega Beedrill, actually. My other play was just to U-turn out. But in case he had, like, I don't know, Iron Tail or something and he missed, I wanted to go for Moonblast. I don't know. Now here, the U-turn is going to take me out. I know that U-turn is going to take me out. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to say goodbye to my Whimsicott right here. I'm going to sacrifice it off. I'm going to go for Stun Spore. It's okay if he wants to go for U-turn to take me out, because what that's going to do is it's going to force out the Florges. Maybe he'll get paralyzed. He does get paralyzed. It's very unfortunate for him. Now, though, we're just going to Moonblast. See how much we can do. We do about 19%. We actually live the U-turn because of that paralysis. We're hacking our opponents right now these days. Did it just get very dark? Not did it just get. I feel like it is very dark. Let there be light! Yeah, just wanted to do that. Now here, be a little cheeky with this. We're going to try to Sunspore this thing. Goes for Aromatherapy. That's exactly what I wanted. That is exactly what I want. I feel like it's like Toop right now. Yeah, that's better. Now we Encore him into the Aromatherapy there. And what this allows us to go for is another Stun Spore on whatever we want. As he is just going to keep going for it. Now, I know exactly how this is going to go. I'm going to continue to Stun Spore until Florges is getting up in health. Does go back into Beedrill, which is good. And U-turn will take me out this time. I'm gonna go into Entei, keep pressure, double. No. We're weakening the Beedrill one step at a time, especially if it's paralyzed now. Do I want to go into Entei? Force out. I think what I'm going to do is U-turn out. I'm going to force out. Don't go for Poison Jab. Don't be that. Don't make that play. Thank God. If you made the Poison Jab play, we're done about maybe 70%, which would have been a lot. Now what this does is force out the Swampert, which, oh fuck, I forgot about the burn's gone. What he can do here is he can set up his rocks. However, last time he tried to set up his rocks, I punished him for it and got a burn. So I feel like he's going to try to go for a waterfall here. Oh, he does just go for his rocks, which is good. Props to him. His Dew Blade is gone, so this is a Choice Specs try attack right here. Nothing more to say about it. Choice Specs adaptability. This is adaptability offense. Adaptability offense is very scary. Very scary. It's very powerful, very hard to check, very hard to counter. Easy peasy over here, just gonna take out the Swampert, and with the Swampert going down, this is his counter to my, that's interesting. I don't think he can take me out with any one move. No, it's Life Orb. But we can't outspeed anything. I'm going for it. That's right, guys. I'm fucking going for it. We can take a Fire Blast. Easily take a Fire Blast. He predicted the switch into Whimsicott. And we take him out with a Tri Attack. So people over-predicting. He tried to take out the Whimsicott, which I assume was something he was very afraid of. Now here, the Sucker Punch is very obvious coming my way. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch out into my Whimsicott here. Sucker Punch does come out. And do we want a Stun Spore? Yes. Because I've revealed the Encore already. But now we don't need to, try to stall out the Florges anymore. What I actually can do is I can go directly into Entei. I can take out Moonblast. He's not going to go for Moonblast. He's going to want to try to Aromatherapy, but now we have insane offensive pressure against this thing, and we Sacred Fire, and it's done. It's just clean taken out. That leaves the Toxicroak and the Mega Beedrill, both of which die to Extreme Speed. So that's going to be a game right there. We didn't use Crawdaunt at all. It lived. It's impressive. And we actually live as well. We'll actually live, not exactly live, but 26% is enough to live on the Stealth Rocks, which I actually thought I would take him out there, which does mean that he is a physically defensive set, which means the PZ's Tri Attack is just, it's incredible. Now here, I'm just going to sack off the Whimsicott. I have no reason not to sack off the Whimsicott. Does just go for Poison Jab, which will unfortunately seal his fate in stone. He can't take out my Ampharos with any one hit, and combination of Extreme Speed to the Beedrill, two Extreme... Yo, buddy. What do you expect is going to happen? It's an Entei. All it does is Extreme Speed and Sacred Fire. The occasional prediction with the Stone Edge or Bulldoze, maybe it'll Flare Blitz you once in a while, but it's the same moves anyway. It's Annihilation. It's literally Annihilation. This team is so strong. PZ, Max Special Attack Ampharos, Crawdaunt, Life Orb Metagross, Entei, with a Whimsicott for some added flair there. Now he went for Protect again. I don't know why he went for Protect again. But what's going to happen now is he's just going to go into the Toxicroak, and 2 E-Speeds will take this thing out. And if he wants to go for Drain Punch, he's going to get no health back. However, actually, do we make a play this late in the game? Yeah, we do. Because if he goes for Drain Punch, he's then locked into Drain Punch. He does go for Sucker Punch. And now he's, unfortunately, locked into Sucker Punch. And that's going to be the game, guys. So, that's going to be it for the video. It's 35 minutes long anyway, so I figured that would be just the best place to end it. UU Suspect test goes on for another week or so, so I will be trying to get some kind of battles out with that, just because UU is my tier. Well, it's not my tier, but it's the tier I play in the most, and Crawdaunt is my favorite Pokemon, and the fact that it's being suspected makes me so happy. And the fact that it's also being talked about that it actually might stay in the tier, even though it's a Savage in the tier, is great as well. Now, that's the end of the video, guys. So if you enjoyed, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. I'm going to get back to studying / writing my final paper for composition and shit like that. So guys, if you enjoyed, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. I'm SceptileMC or George, and well, peace out. And stop.